Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX setups for today. So, there is such a mixed bag of signals here at the moment. So let's just start with the logical ones. Firstly, moving averages have now crossed over completely. We had the retest last week, and we're coming back to test moving averages. So that's kind of one of the bullish setups. We do have a strong area. You see 3 attempts here plus this tail, which we haven't tested yet, and that is 18089. So that's a strong area for a pullback. Look at my oscillators here. That's pretty much a double top formation. Oscillators agreeing with that, but the only thing that triggers that double top formation is a close, and that's an 8-hour close and retest of 17838. So that would trigger a bigger fall. Then we have this channel, which we've been watching for the last couple of weeks or month, and this was a break and retest of the channel. So could be a break and retest, and then we gapped up, and then Monday was a bit of a shambles day. We did get German CPI data coming up, which wasn't quite that good. That's probably what this was. And then we've got Eurozone CPI data coming out now as well. That's this morning, so we're probably hanging on for that right now. Now, you can see this pin bar at 18,144. That seems to be where we are finding some support right now. So, mixed bag on the 8-hour. You'd obviously would have wanted to see price get above this high, then come back, pull back nicely, start forming a nice channel, and then you can start trading to the upside. But that's not what's happening right now. So 8-hour is saying be cautious. If you look at the 3-hour, crossover that happened last week on the moving averages as well. We've come back to test. Not quite anything. We do have a pin bar here, and I'm just going to readjust this level now, because obviously that was the zone that we were looking at, which was this fractal here, and this is 18,125. If you look left, there's some more interactions there as well. So the zone is still very much intact, and put yourself a level above the high of that pin bar. Then when we drill down to the 1-hour, which is where we want to start getting involved, strong move down and then sideways during the US session. US session was rather confused. Now you do have this inverse head and shoulders here. See shoulder, head, shoulder, and let's just check. Don't think that measured move is done. Nope, that's not done. So what you're seeing now could be a pullback as well to come and find support in order to test this or validate the inverse head and shoulders. Or it could be a double top that is forming, and obviously here is your neckline at 17,838. Oscillators are not offering any advice at the moment. So when you drill down to 15-minute, you're going to see we are, for all intents and purposes, ranging. Right, so what are we looking at here? Was there a move yesterday? I suppose there was a move to the downside. Hindsight being a perfect science, wasn't something that we were looking for. But there's a pin bar rejection of a low break, which was 18,257. You can see we dropped down below it, came back. There's a test. I suppose, hindsight being a perfect science, you could have taken that. But a lot of us don't watch the charts on a 15-minute basis, so we're looking for proper opportunities, which makes sense, and that would have just been opportunistic, being in the right place, in other words, in front of the charts when you see it happening. For me at the moment, this is really still sit on hands. I don't see any reason why I want to be long or short just yet, and for as long as we're in amongst moving averages here, I don't see anything worthwhile. It does look like this is kind of bottom of range in this area where we are now. So if we do break above 18,183 and come back and test it, then a move up to probably the same area at 18,257 would be on the cards. That would definitely be something, but for all intents and purposes, I'm going to want to see a proper break and retest of yesterday's high before I get too excited about longs. So, as I said, we've got more data coming out today. We've got non-farm payrolls, which was on Friday. We've got Amazon results today. We've got quite a few big earnings coming out this week. So, yeah, patience is key. People, patience is key. I think don't force yourself to trade if you're unsure. I'm unsure of which direction it's going to go right now. So there's merit for setups to the downside. There's merits for setups to the upside as well. Just looking at the 3 hour, there is merits here. If I start breaking above 18,183, so if I get a green bar that closes above here on a 3 hour, that to me would validate this, and then I'd be looking for longs. But as it stands now, there's one other thing we probably need to draw in. As it stands now, we're waiting to see what transpires. So now if we go sideways like this and then just start following this trend line, I'll be anticipating a break to the downside. So that's kind of the one thing. So if you get to the 15 minute like this, you can see we're going sideways. Just move my chart over a bit. You can see what I'm talking about. So you can see we go sideways, sideways, and even drop into the zone, and then we start tracking this trend line like that, and then eventually you'll see we'll drop, come back, reject. That would be my short signal in that zone, and then I would be looking. If you look at the 2 hour, you can see in amongst the moving averages with a separation, so a 50-50 call. But that to me would be then a break of a lot of structure, and eventually get us moving to the downside. But be very wary of it, because you can see below the moving averages, above the moving averages. Now we're in amongst the moving averages. We could go below them and then come back above them. So market confused, in other words. So anyway, I am sitting on the sides. I'm not bothered with this. We'll just leave it alone until we see some real structure that we can trade. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.